Live from the Las Vegas studio, I'm Brad Stein. Welcome to Bettor Center Live. You can watch us 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time daily. If you're like me and you need some help with the ABCs of sports gambling, then these next 30 minutes will be monumental for you. We have 6 pro handicappers from all over the globe, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to Phoenix, Arizona to right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. They are here to help you make some money. Today, we're going to break down some games from college football to the NHL. And later, of course, our 6 handicappers will give you the most interesting play of the day. You don't want to miss that. So let's not waste any time. We'll bring out these 6 handicappers right now to the show. Hello, Tony G, Louis D, Eddie J, Del Warfield, Chip Chirimbus, and Ross B. How you guys doing?
Good morning, Brad.
Great.
Doing good.
All right, let's start with college football. Let's start with Dell. We have Southern Alabama at Southern Mississippi. The over-under opened at 51, and I think Southern Miss was giving 14 points, and we have it all the way from the Westgate at 53.5 and minus 15. Mirage minus 14.5. Who do you like?
Hey there, Brad. So for today's play, I'm not going to actually have a pick on this one. I do lean Southern Miss. I think I saw it up to 14.5. So probably worth buying that half point down, but I'm personally not going to be betting it. Maybe a 6-pack of beer or something, but not for me. Back to you, Brad.
Not for you. All right, Louis Bag of Diamonds, what are your thoughts?
Bag of Diamonds. I'm liking that, Brad. I got a new nickname.
Thank you.
Listen, this game, the way I'm seeing it, we got a couple quarterbacks that have the potential to make something happen here today. With South Alabama, Desmond Trotter actually came on towards the end of the season. Actually didn't look too bad. They did have a terrible record, 2-10, but they're expected to be a little bit better. Some of those games were less than 10 points, a lot of those losses. So there might be something there for South Alabama to spark a little bit. The number might be a little bit too high, over the 14. Jack Abraham, though, is in his 3rd year, so I expect him to do well. I just don't think he has the talent surrounding him, so I think that the 15 might be a little bit too much. But tomorrow I'll probably have a good solid play on the total, so join me again tomorrow. Back to you, Brad.
Tony G, South Alabama at Southern Miss, minus 14, 51. What are your thoughts?
Very briefly here, I think South Alabama, with a decent passing game, both teams are very turnover prone. So you're trying to really hone in on this pick early in the season. I'm going to take the points in South Alabama, play it safe. I really don't have an opinion on that total. So South Alabama, take it away, Brad.
Ross.
How are you? Very small lean here on the favorite. Buy off the hook, please. 14.5. That's a key number, 14. So buy off the hook. 2 teams return a lot of experience. The difference being South Alabama, a team that went 2-10 a season ago. Southern Miss was a bold team a season ago. In South Alabama, 0-6 on the road last year. I'm going to have a very, very small lean on laying the points here.
All right, thanks, guys. Let's move to the hardwood. Miami Heat, 2-0 lead over the Milwaukee Bucks. We have the Bucks are giving up 4 points. The Westgate has it up at 5. Let's start with Louis D. Your thoughts with the Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks?
Well,
and a 221 over-under.
Yeah, well, I only got a small little lean towards the Heat here, getting points, and they've done well against the Bucks. So, but I'm not too big on making a big move on this game. But if I got a lean, it's going to be with the Heat and a little bit on the under. Back to you.
All right, let's go back to Ross Benjamin.
Yeah, a very tough call here for me. If I have a lean in this game, it would be on Milwaukee. I think they bounce back in game 2. A little bit of reverse line movement with them opening up as a 4.5-point favorite up to 5, and the majority of the general public being on Miami because they've been playing so well. So a very small lean on the Bucks here in game 2.
Okay, thanks. Del Warfield, what are your thoughts? NBA playoffs.
Hey, Brad. So I actually love this game. Like I said, Heat's one of my teams out the East, so I actually love the Heat here. I love the matchup. I love the 5 points that we're getting to. I personally bet the money line plus 177, so I'm hoping that they get that 2-0 lead. But stay safe, take the points. Heat plus 5 is going to be one of my plays today.
There we go.
All right. Tony Gullidge, what are your thoughts?
Okay, well, NBA playoff axiom going back, I don't know, 40 years. Team that covers game one of a series, best chance to win is take the other team in game two, especially if the team that lost game one was the series favorite. I see Milwaukee bouncing back here. It's the perception game again. You saw in game one that Miami controlled it. Miami, Jimmy Butler couldn't be stopped. That's perception. I think reality, Milwaukee, Giannis will have a good game. The role players will have a good game. Milwaukee ties this series, covers the number tonight.
All right, in the doubleheader, the second game, it's game number 7, the Oklahoma City Thunder at the Houston Rockets, but it's not really at. We know they're in Orlando right now. It opened up at 223 as the over-under, and the Rockets are giving up 5 points. Westgate have it at 5.5, Mirage 6, so we have between 5 and 6. Tony, we might as well go right back to you. Game number 2, Oklahoma City Thunder, Houston Rockets. Any thoughts?
Sure. Big game, obviously, game 7. I'm going to put this in the same category that I put when I took Houston in their blowout win coming off the loss. I think this sets up well for Houston after the loss in game 6. Not a big play, but I'm going to say Houston covers this number, although it's very scary. Not a big play. Take Houston to cover tonight.
All right, Ross Benjamin, you're up. Game 7
again. Game 7 today. Game 7 yesterday. I had the under in Game 7 yesterday between Denver and Utah. Won that game by 60 points, by the way. Got to say that. Having said that, Game 7s usually I say, are lower scoring games. The only thing that bothers me here is it opened at 221 down to 218.5. A lot of public money on the under. Small lean here on the Houston Rockets. I agree with Tony. I'm going to take Houston later points against Oklahoma City in Game 7.
Dell, I see you over there. You're just dying to get in. Game number 7, Oklahoma City Thunder, James Harden, all the pressure. Who do you like?
All right. Like I said, another play for me that I'm not going to be betting personally, but as Ross said, I really like that under though too. So not going to be betting it. Small lean, but if anything, I'll probably take the under. But nothing for me. Back to you, Brad.
Thank you. Bag of diamonds. Game 7. Come on, James Harden, Russell Westbrook. There's a lot of pressure. Oklahoma City
Thunder. I think there's
Thunder,
a bag
maybe?
of diamonds. Yeah, I think it's a bag of diamonds here tonight, without a doubt. Listen, I told you the Thunder have been a great covering team before the playoffs. Told you to ride them, and I'm going to tell you to do that again here tonight. Game 7, I love the opportunity to grab an underdog in a Game 7, and I expect it to be a great, hard-fought battle. And of course, at Game 7, I'm going to lean towards the under, but there's money to be made tonight in them Thunder. Back to you, Brad.
Thank you. And I hope to make some money. Let's switch over to the Diamond. Major League Baseball tonight, September 2nd, Wednesday, the San Francisco Giants at the Colorado Rockies. Colorado minus 140 all the way to 136 as the Westgate Mirage has it at minus 130. Webb and Freeland are on the mound. Let's start with Del Warfield. First Major League Baseball game on tap tonight.
All right, so I usually love betting with Freeland, probably the Rockies' best pitcher here, but a little bit too much juice for me at minus 135, I believe it was at. I'm not personally going to be betting this one either. Back to you, Brad.
All right, Tony G. San Francisco, Colorado.
Yeah, I think he mentioned Freeland being the Colorado best pitcher. The main thing I go by handicapping baseball, I pull up the chart all the time. Team's record when a pitcher starts. I mean, I live by that chart. Even off the terrible beating last night, I'm going to say a slight lean to Colorado in this game. If you have to play it, take Colorado.
Ross Benjamin, opened up at minus 140. We had it all the way down to 130 at the Mirage. What are your thoughts for the Giants and Rockies?
I'm looking at the total here, Brad. 12.5 as we speak. You know, you're looking at San Francisco yesterday, 23 runs and 27 hits. Talk about embarrassing. General public see the same thing. They're probably going to lean toward the over. I'm going to go the opposite way to the general public today. Kyle Freeland is, the guys just mentioned, pretty good pitcher at home at Coors Field in his career. Not too many could say that. And the San Francisco Giants bullpen has been red hot over the last 7. I'm going to have a lean toward the under 12.5 in this game. Back to you, Brad.
Louis D., do you agree or disagree or have any of your own thoughts?
I absolutely agree with Ross here. With Freeland on the mound, after giving up 23 runs last night, they scored in every inning except for the 9th. I am seeing Freeland focus today. So I think there's value in Freeland. I definitely see there's value in the under. Colorado's beaten them 24 out of the last 34. And the under has prevailed a little bit lately, but I see the opportunity for the under because I don't think Sam Frank is going to do that again tonight. Colorado.
Well, thank you, Louis D. Okay, thank you. Let's go to the next game. This is an interesting one. St. Louis at Cincinnati. It opened at 9.5 and Cincinnati minus 110, which went all the way to 145 and 150 at some places. Oviedo and Maley on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds. Let's just start with you, Louis D., since you just took over. What do you thought? What do you think?
Well, the Cardinals haven't been very successful. Cincinnati hasn't been very successful with Maley on the mound to start. So I'm seeing value in the Cardinals. I like their position, getting some money here. A lot of steam the other way. I'm not feeling why that steam is right now because the Cardinals have really owned Cincinnati 36-16 the last 52 times they've met, and they've beaten them 20 out of the last 27 in Cincinnati. A lot of value in that dog today. Back to you, Brad.
Del Warfield, 9.5. Does that sing to you?
This is a tough number to bet too. I can't even flip a coin on over or under on this one, so I'm gonna have to skip it. Back to you, Brad.
All right, let's swing it over to Tony. What are your thoughts, St. Louis and Cincinnati?
I cashed St. Louis yesterday. It was a pretty good underdog hit. There is no value at all with the Reds in this game. 25%, 1 out of 4 with Maley starting. My gut is telling me just to stay away from this game. If you're going to play it, the value is on the Cardinals, but I think today you might want to stay away. No play for me here.
Thank you. Ross Benjamin, what new information can you provide for us?
Unfortunately, none, because this is a game I'm going to steer clear of. You got the St. Louis Cardinals who've won the last 3. Cincinnati lost the last 3. Cincinnati over the total the last 4. St. Louis red hot offensively over the last 3. And then the general public's all over St. Louis and all over the over. And I'm not in agreement with either. I'm just going to stay away here. Back to you, Brad.
All right, game 3, Toronto Blue Jays at the Miami Marlins. Ryu and Sanchez on the mound. It opened up at minus 119, Toronto, and 7.5 over under. We have it all the way down to 7 at most sports books. Any thoughts? Let's go to Louis D. We'll start with you.
I see some value in Toronto here with Ryu on the mound, but I probably see him tied up nicely in another parlay with somebody else that has some value at a little bit of a favor. Because I'm not a big fan of laying the $1.40 or more. I will if I feel I really need to, but to do it consistently, you got to be really good. That's all I can tell you there. So, but I will definitely lean towards Toronto. That there's value there inside a favorite parlay. Back to you.
Thank you, Louis D. Very insightful. Ross Benjamin, what's going on in Game 3 of Major League Baseball?
Hyun-Jin Ryu has been a monster this year for Toronto, and he's been in great form over his last 3 starts as well. Miami 3-7 against left-handed pitchers this year. What I would recommend here is instead of laying a 140 to win 100, maybe risk the 100 and take a smaller return here on the Toronto Blue Jays. Back to you, Brad.
Tony G, any new thoughts?
No, it's Ryu, 3-1 in his 4 road starts. ERA is about 2. The guy's producing. I would suggest at minus 140 you look for a better book, because I bet this game at minus 117 this morning. Not going to be able to do this every day, but for my inner circle members, this is my best bet. Take Toronto today in baseball.
All right.
Tony.
Thank you. Thank you. Last but certainly not least, Del Warfield. What are your quick thoughts?
I definitely agree with all the cappers on here too. I'm definitely rolling with the Blue Jays. I got it at minus 120, so not too bad of odds to straight bet it. I'm running with Ryu. Back to you, Brad.
All right, guys, coming up next, Tony C, the man on the street. We're going to get the word from him. Plus, the most interesting play of day is still coming up. You are watching Bettor Center Live. Brad Stein here live from Las Vegas. Join us daily for Bettor Center Live with our professional handicappers, where you get sports information you can bet on. Stop gambling, start winning. Bettor Center Live. All right, welcome back to Bettor Center Live. You can watch us on bettorcenterlive.com, also Twitter and Facebook, YouTube, and you can check us out on @LouisDiamond. Let's go to Tony C, the man on the street. All right, well, let's go back to Major League Baseball. Game number 4, Chicago Cubs at Pittsburgh Pirates. Let's welcome back all of our 4 gentlemen today, our 4 handicappers. We have Louis D, Tony G, Del Warfield, and, of course, Ross Benjamin. So now we are on game number 4. That's the Chicago Cubs, minus 200. That's what it opened up at, 9.5 at the Pittsburgh Pirates. We'll start with Ross Benjamin. Chicago Cubs, Pittsburgh Pirates, National League.
Yeah, Brad, if you have a son, teach him to throw left-handed, because that's his best chance of making Major League Baseball. Because Derek Collins Derek Collins absolutely horrible, and he's held on to be in starting rotations for whatever reason over the last few years. Matter of fact, his last 3 starts at 10.80 ERA. Kyle Hendricks, Jekyll and Hyde, great at Wrigley Field over the last 2 years. Terrible on the road. Chicago 13-4-1 to the over in their last 18 games. I'm going over 9.5 in this game. Back to you, Brad.
Ross, I love that advice. In fact, when my son was 1 or 2, I used to tie his right arm to his side. I would make him use his left. My wife said I can get in a lot of trouble, so I stopped doing that. But I tried to make him lefty. He said lefty. I tried, but it just doesn't work.
Social
services
might have a problem with that.
They might, and my wife, she might tattle on me, so I think I'll stop that. All right, Louis D, what are your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts is, Ross, I have a left-handed grandson, and we're working it right now, so let's see what happens there. But I think Ross nails this one with the over. Listen, these 2 teams have a huge under history, but not this year. So this is where, trends can tell you something completely false, because if you go back probably 20 years with this, you would bet this series under, and you would have made money. But right now, both teams have been playing at a strikingly over pace. I think that continues here today, continues throughout the series. And I think the Cubs have some value at 200, probably a little parlay in there with them somewhere. Back to you, Brad.
Thank you. All right, Tony Gullidge, it started minus 200 Chicago Cubs, but the Westgate had it down to minus 185. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts here is there's no value in betting the Cubs. Hendricks away from home is not reliable. The left-handed pitching, you're just talking about, I'm thinking like Jesse Orosco. I'm thinking of all the 45-year-old left-handed pitchers in baseball. I mean, if you throw left-handed, you can pitch to your arm falls off, literally. I see absolutely no value here. Like I say, betting the Cubs here is no value. I wouldn't recommend to take Pittsburgh in this game. So the over-under, that's a tough number. I'm just going to pass this one and hope for a better game down the line. Back to you, Brad.
Till your arm falls off, and that pretty much is what literally happens. All right, Del Warfields, I know you're itching to get in on this game. I can see it.
Yep. So, like these guys said, not very much value in taking a side on this one. The minus 200 is a little bit too much for the Cubs there. But I do have a play on the total. It pains me to go opposite of these guys that picked the over, but I am on the under today. So back to you, Brad.
All right, Louis, bag of diamonds. It's all you.
It's all me. Didn't I already give you the over on this game? We're on to the next game.
You probably did.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that Baltimore New York Met game. Line just came out a little late, and means has no means. So I see a little something there with the Mets today, means 0-5 back to Tony's team's record with the starter. They've yet to win with them. I don't think that starts today. Back to you.
All right, Tony, line just came out. Like Louis D said, Mets have Walker. Means. Any new thoughts?
I'm just looking at this. This is a garbage can game. New York Mets. I'm actually going to give a lean to Baltimore. So I'm going to go the opposite side of Louis. The Mets are just slumping. I have part of my handicapping for baseball is to try to pick the spots against slumping teams. A team that's lost 5 straight games, that's a favorite. Even though the team they're playing is just raw horse shit with a horse shit pitcher. Just give me a small play on Baltimore here.
Ross Benjamin, this is a great game for you, is it not?
You're a funny guy. No, it's not. Anyway, this is a game I'm going to steer clear of. I can't pull a trigger on a team on a 5-game losing streak like Tony just alluded to. And Baltimore's won 2 in a row, but John Means has been horrible. Michael Wacha also. 2 terrible starting pitchers as far as their performance lines go this year. I just can't make heads or tails out of this matchup. Back to you, Brad.
Del, 2 wonderful pitching matchups, 2 aces, 2 hot pitchers right now. It's got to do something for you, right?
Well, it's going to be a really good game to watch. These Cy Young type pitchers going at it. But as Tony said, this is going to be a garbage game. I'm not going to be betting it. I'm surprised how good the Orioles are doing this year compared to the Orioles. But yeah, I'm not betting it. Back to you, Brad.
All right, we're going to go to the other Yankees. They are hosting the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. 9 over-under, Yankees minus 110. Went up to 135, 128. We'll go back to Louis D, because I know you like to bet against the Yankees. How's that trend looking?
I am certainly not a Yankee fan. I mean, it's just so easy to be a Yankee fan. It means nothing. But anyways, I don't want to piss off all the Yankee fans out there. I'm really not a fan of any team. I'm a fan of my money, and my money would probably roll on the Yankees and the under in this scenario. But Yankees, they're finally bouncing back after a little bit of a cold run. But Tampa Bay, they're hot, 8 out of their last 10. So I struggle betting against that. So I'm going to leave this game alone and watch the series fade out.
Tony G, a hot Tampa Bay Devil Ray team. Where's your money going, Tony G?
Reluctantly here, I'm probably, like I say, Yankees are always an easy team to look to fade because the public bets them. It's like Notre Dame in college football, blah, blah, blah. So you just pick your spots here. I like Tampa Bay here. Why not? The game last night went the Yankees' way. I'm a big believer in flipping the first 2 games of a series if they're 2 good teams. So if you got teams that basically aren't in last place, bottom dweller, terrible teams, start a series, flip the second game, you usually be okay. And if you're getting a little bit of juice, it helps. Not a big play here, but take Tampa Bay tonight.
Ross, what do you think?
Hey, You see all those pictures back there, Lou? You offended me. We were friends, all the Yankee pictures back there, by the way. We were friends going into the show. Now you can kiss my behind. Anyway,
we're still friends. We're chasing the money, not the team.
I know that. Anyway, look, I always get torn because I'm a huge Yankee fan when as a kid. But here I'm seeing value. You very seldom catch the Yankees at this small a favorite at home. Obviously, Tampa's owned them this year. But Charlie Morton making his first start since August 9th. 6 career starts at Yankee Stadium, over 6 ERA in those outings. And right now, Jordan Montgomery's pitching pretty damn good. So I'm going to have a small lean here toward the New York Yankees and go against the general public because we're getting a lot of action on Tampa Bay. Back to you, Brad.
All right, Dell, that leaves you. Montgomery on the mound for the Yankees. What do you think? The Hot Devil Rays, the Yankees at home, -110, 9. Any of those numbers work for you?
Yep. So actually, I do like the Rays today. I got them at a +108, so a pretty decently sized dog. Always good to fade the Yankees, and I think there's a little bit of a spark underneath the Rays because I think Chapman tried to hit somebody in the head yesterday. So hopefully, some sparks get fired up for the Rays, and they put it together today. Back to you, Brad.
All right, we're going to actually go back to you, Dell. How do you like that? We have the Washington Nationals with Matt Scherzer on the line going against the Philadelphia Phillies and Zach Wheeler. -110, it opened up Washington, 8.5 over under. We had it all the way to -125 Washington Nationals. Anything?
Definitely going to be an exciting game to watch. I love watching these matchups between the Phillies and Nationals. Scherzer is always a good watch too, but I'm not going to be betting this one. I lean Nationals. That's it for me. Back to you, Brad.
All right, Louis Bag of Diamonds. Good game to watch. Nationals, Phillies. What are your thoughts?
I don't have too many thoughts on this. I'm usually, believe it or not, I'm always looking to find Scherzer in an over scenario. This is kind of a little bit of that, but not, the fact that 7-2 and 3 to the under the last 12 meetings doesn't entice me to keep going for the over. Wheeler 4-2 to the over this season gives me a little bit of reason. So I'm just going to give you a little lean towards the over. The Nats have not done well against the Phillies. But Scherzer might be able to get them a win, but not much on this play. I'm going to pass. I got some bigger stuff. Back to you.
Tony, where's your coin going to?
I did not bet this game, but, if you want to, the obvious lean at Scherzer, the road work this year. I mean, it's a terrible team. Nationals have 12 wins, and Scherzer started 5 of their wins, so – and it's a good spot. The low line is making me, I'm sitting here doing the math in my head. Something's not adding up with this number where it's at. But if you had to play it, I would say take the Nationals. But personally, I laid off this game. I didn't take it.
All right, guys, let's move to the National Hockey League. We're getting a little bit low on time. We have one playoff game. The Colorado Avalanche opened up at -128 against the Dallas Stars. 6 was the over-under. 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time start. Let's start with Del Warfield. What are your thoughts on NHL playoffs?
Yep. So for this game, I am definitely looking towards the Avalanche here. I got them at -125, which is a little bit high to kind of straight bet for me. But I do like them here in a winner go home type of game. So let's go Avalanche. Back to you, Brad.
Tony G, do you like the over-under? Anything?
In this game, I'll just, right off the top, my service, since they returned from this boycott, they played 10 playoff hockey games. My service has been correct on all 10 of them. So, including some big, huge underdog hits Vancouver last night. Doesn't mean I'm going to win tonight, but I am taking Dallas tonight. It's kind of a momentum thing, switching back and forth. But for some reason, I think the offense has been consistent for the Stars in this series. Even the games they've lost, they've been able to put some goals up. I think they're going to get the early lead tonight. It's going to be a tough a struggle, as a Game 7 should be. But I think if you bet Dallas, you'll be a winner tonight.
Ross, do you like the dog?
I'm going to look at the total here. All 5 games have gone over the total, right? So, and yet the bookmakers are undeterred. It's still at 6 where it's been. I'm going to go with a contrarian approach here. Keep it real simple and go under the total of 6. Back to you.
New sports handicapper just joined us. That's Chip Chirimbus. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Brad. It's great to be here once
Chip,
again.
we went through college football, NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball. Now we're on NHL. We have, of course, just one game. It's Colorado at the Dallas Stars. It opened up minus 128 Colorado. 6 was the over-under. Do you have any thoughts for this game?
Not at all. You're talking to the wrong guy when it comes to hockey. What do I know about hockey? Now, I've played and I wore skates, but I'm telling you right now, with all this stuff that's going on, I can't even spell these hockey players' names. So I very rarely post anything in a hockey, and I really don't have anything for you there. I'll have something for you on the AFC possibilities for the Super Bowl odds, but nothing in hockey right now.
All right. Well, thank you. Louis Diamond, let's finish up with the NHL playoffs. I saw you shaking your head. You look like you agreed with a lot what Ross Benjamin said. Did you agree with him, or are you going in the opposite way?
No, yeah. When in the beginning, I was like, yeah, they've all been going over the game. You know, why is today going to be any different? I'm not going the contrary, and I think that the game 7 under type of thing, yes, but we're not even in a game 7 here, so I don't know why I got thrown a loop there with Tony, but anyways, I think Colorado comes. Huh?
I said, don't listen to me sometimes. Yeah, it's game 6. I don't know what I was smoking.
So I know what you're smoking, but I think the over is still the play here. But I also like Colorado. So, but I'm really not doing much with it. But because Chip is here and gave me such insightful hockey information, I feel like I'm going to wait right now on that. So, but. All right, so that's all I got. I got a little bit of over, and I got a little bit of Colorado.
And that was a little bit of information. So thank you, Louis Bag of Diamonds. It was good stuff. We appreciate it.
All right, for a little.
You skate. You are from Buffalo, so you have to know a little bit something about hockey, right? Skating and cold ice.
I know what it's like. I know what it's like to root for a losing team.
Yes, you probably do have that. All right, gentlemen, since we're just about out of time, we're going to get to everyone's most interesting play of the day. We're going to start with Tony Gullidge. Your most interesting play of the day. What is it?
Let's just go to the hockey. Give me the Dallas Stars, most interesting play of the day. The only reason I'd say that is because I've won so many in a row in hockey. I know the streak's going to come to an end, but until it does, just keep playing them. Give me Dallas.
Ross Benjamin, what's your most interesting play of the day?
Okay, listen, Louis, you're going to catch a pattern here with me. Minnesota Twins been playing under the total 14 to 17 times at home this year. Do I like the under? Absolutely not. I'm going the opposite way. I'm going over 9.5 in this game. Ronaldo Lopez for the White Sox has struggled. Jose's one start against the West this year. He struggled. And the Chicago White Sox have hit 65 home runs this year, tops in the American League. I'm going over 9.5 in that game. Back to you, Brad.
I like that. You said it so emphatically. Good job. Our newcomer who just joined us, Chip Chirimbus, most interesting play of the day. I know you have something great. That I know.
Well, I'm looking at this Minnesota Twins. Here they finally beat the White Sox yesterday after having a bit of a losing streak. There's an awful high number of Berrios on the mound, but the Twins are 20-6 at home over the White Sox in the last 26 meetings. I can't see taking the pale hose here. I'm going to stick with Minnesota. They got home. They really need to put something together, and I think having Chicago in town is a blessing for them. I'm going to take the Minnesota Twins today, despite the large number.
All right, Del Warfield, the most interesting man. What's the most interesting play of the day?
Thanks, Brad. So for my most interesting play, I'm going to be going with the Miami Heat in the NBA today. Like I said, I'm on the money line, so I think that +5 will be probably my best bet today. Take the points, be safe, and enjoy a good game. Back to you, Brad.
And that leaves one person, Louis Bag of Diamonds. Most interesting play of the day is what?
Well, first off, I got to say that Ross has got some balls as big as church bells to go against those kind of numbers. I'm the kind of
women
guy
have been
that
told
wants to roll on them numbers. And that makes this my most interesting play of the day. The Kansas City Cleveland game. It bit me yesterday, stung me hard, but it's still rolling back with it again today with the under. Cleveland 11, 23 and 2 to this year. Kansas City 13, 21 and 2 to the under this year. I see it to continue as well with 5 of the last 7 have going under, and the fact that it went over last night with a history of unders recently makes me want to believe tonight will go under the number. Plus, the Indians do own them, 47 and 23, the last 70 meetings. So Cleveland and under, but the under is my most interesting play of the day. Stay informed, my friends.
Well, gentlemen, we're not out of time. We're out of games. We're out of picks. And I want to thank you, Louis D, Tony G, Eddie, Chip, Dell, and Ross. And of course, a special thanks to Eugene, our producer, our director. He keeps us on the air. Don't forget to check out thebettercenter.com, also at Louis Diamond on YouTube, on the YouTube channel. That's how you can watch his show, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you don't play, you won't win. Have a wonderful day. Better Center Live.